We're presenting two Easter lilies, John, green, white and orange. And that's the tricolour flag, green, white and orange. And Christina will read the 1916 proclamation.
Public Naherand, the Provisional Government of the Irish Republic to the people of Ireland. Irish men and Irish women, in the name of God and of the dead generations from which she receives her old tradition of nationhood, Ireland, through us, summons her children to her flag and strikes for her freedom. Having organised and trained her manhood through her secret revolutionary organisation, the Irish Republican Brotherhood, and through her open military organisations, the Irish Volunteers and the Irish Citizens' Army, having patiently perfected her discipline, having resolutely waited for the right moment to reveal itself, she now seizes that moment, and supported by her exiled children in America and by her gallant allies in Europe, but relying in first on her own strength, she strikes in full confidence to victory. We declare the right of the people of Ireland to the ownership of Ireland and to the unfettered control of Irish destinies, to be sovereign and indefeasible. The long usurpation of that right by a foreign people and government has not extinguished the right, nor can it ever be extinguished, except by the destruction of the Irish people. In every generation, the Irish people have asserted their right to national freedom and sovereignty. 6 times during the past 300 years, they have asserted it in arms. Standing on that fundamental right, and again asserting it in arms in the face of the world, we hereby proclaim the Irish Republic as a sovereign independent state, and we pledge our lives and the lives of our comrade in arms to the cause of its freedom, of its welfare, and of its exaltation among the nations. The Irish Republic is entitled to, and hereby claims, the allegiance of every Irishman and woman. The Irish Republic guarantees religious and civil liberty, equal rights and equal opportunities to all its citizens, and declares its resolve to pursue the happiness and prosperity of the whole nation and of all its parts, cherishing all the children of the nation equally, and oblivious to the differences carefully fostered by an alien government which have divided the minority from the majority in the past. Until our arms have brought about the opportune moment for the establishment of a permanent national government representative of the whole people of Ireland and elected by the suffrages of all her men and women, the provisional government hereby constituted will administer the civil and military affairs of the Republic in trust for the people. We place the cause of the Irish Republic under the protection of the Most High God, whose blessing we invoke upon our arms, and we pray that no one who serves that will dishonour it by cowardice, inhumanity or rapine. In this supreme hour, the Irish nation must, by its valour and discipline, and by its readiness of all its children to sacrifice themselves for the common good, prove itself worthy of the august destiny to which it is called. Signed on behalf of the Provisional Government, Thomas J. Clark, Sean McDermott, Thomas MacDonagh, P.H. Pearce, Eamon Count, James Connolly and Joseph Plumper.
Thanks, Christina.
Irish and Republican Brotherhood. On Easter Monday 1916, the Irish and Fenian Republican Brotherhood, IRB in brackets, had only a provisional government. The IRB had to wait for Great Britain to call the 32-county All-Ireland election on the 14th of December 1918. On the 28th of December 1918, the Irish Republican Brotherhood, IRB Sinn Féin in brackets, won 73 seats. The Unionist Party won 25 seats. The Nationalist Party won 6 seats. The Independent Party won 1 seat. That's a total of 105 seats. The Irish and Fenian Republican Brotherhood, IRB in brackets, still hold that mandate today and ratified on the 21st of the 1st, 1919 in the Mansion House, Dublin, by the Sovereign Dáil Éireann government of the Sovereign Republic of Éire. Signed, William James Maguire, President on the 5th of the 5th, 2019, under the Sovereign Seal of Dáil Éireann.
Right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Finished?
Yeah.
I just Article 10 then. Article 10. The land of Ireland belongs to the citizens of Ireland and to them alone. Very important. All 32 counties, all our sovereignty. And that mandate is what we were given on the 28th of December 1918 to govern all our territory, all 32 counties, all our seas and our rivers, lakes, right to America, right across the Atlantic Ocean, right across to the 32 counties of Ireland, to our border with Great Britain, down the Irish Sea. That's where that comes from. And as you can see, that is the first sovereign Dáil Éireann government, by the will and wish of all the people of the 32 counties. Very rarely will you see that, because the Free State government do not want the people to know that they have a sovereign government. Countess Markievicz, the First Lady, by the will and wish, that's in the Mansion House, Dublin. There's the proof, there's the sovereign seal, but it has to have air underneath it. The sovereign seal on the bottom is the sovereign seal of Dáil Éireann, and on the tricolour is the Sovereign Republic of Éire. And that's what you need to know. Only that sovereign Dáil Éireann government can sit in the European Parliament. And we are asking Europe to govern all our territories. What happened in the Free State on the 6th of December 1921 was a British imposed a British apartheid system for the 26 and 6 counties of Ireland as an Orange Free State and a monarchist provisional government that we have today. But the sovereign, they have the right to do that. We won 73 seats, is what we have. We still maintain that mandate we've done. My family have done 100 years. My family bought Vaughan Hotel for all that. We always donated for the Irish and Fenian Republican Brotherhood and coming among na Fina in na Herne, a room in that from Mrs. Vaughan. And in 1917 we bought that hotel, 29 Parnell Square in Granby Road, Dublin, for the Irish and Fenian Republican Brotherhood. And that's where that's where that came out of, the Sovereign Republic of Éire. And we donated £1 million at that stage. And the Irish and Fenian Republican Brotherhood, only for America and our friends, the Fenian Republican Brotherhood, and we would not have got our independence today without those people. And that's where it is. The Sovereign Seal of Dáil Éireann, and on the tricolour is the Sovereign Republic of Éire. It has to have, if you look at your passport, it has to have Éire underneath it. And that's all the 21st of January 1919 when it was ratified. And it's when the Queen came here, she wanted to see Vaughan's Hotel. She laid that looks out onto the Garden of Remembrance in Dublin, and she laid the wreath, and she wasn't allowed to see it by the Free State, where the state was founded. That's what she wanted to see. That's our territory that we got on the 21st of January that we have the mandate for. And if you notice, you can see Ireland there. That's the Irish Sea. That's our border with Great Britain. And that's our border with America and Canada. The United States and Canada there. That's all our territory. And that goes back to Christopher Columbus, and it goes back to the Brendan Voyage, because that's and that's why that's respected. And I think it's time that people were told the truth. And that, I said, There's the Declaration of Independence, the 21st of the 1st, 1919, in the Mansion House in Dublin by the Sovereign Dáil government. And there's the message to the Free Nations. They're all Irish, and if you read the proclamation, you'll see it's an Irish and Fenian Republican Brotherhood, as is the Sovereign Constitution, as is the first All-Ireland Dáil Declaration of Independence, as is the message to the Free Nation. They're all Irish and Fenian Republican Brotherhood. And as you know, this is our 100th anniversary. We were founded on St. Patrick's Day 1858 at 16 Lombard Street in Dublin, the Irish and Fenian, by James Stephens, who's buried in Glasnevin, and John O'Mahony in Dohenys in New York. And that's the great link with the Fenian, their sister organisation of the Fenian Brotherhood. And it's time people were told the truth. And I think they should, and ask those questions. And you've seen the proclamation, that's what's important. And what's important on that, it's only a provisional government on that day, as you know. But having organised and trained her manhood through a secret revolutionary organisation, the Irish Republican Brotherhood, there it tells you. And it tells you who owns that. And those two books, James, the biography of James Stephens and Money for Ireland, people should read those to get the truth of it. Britain does not have a sovereign government. Britain has a royal government, royal courts of justice and a crown force. And if you look at their coat of arms, that is our sovereign seal up in those. And I think it's very important. All Christians believe that only the Pope in Rome has the right to anoint a sovereign. And Henry VIII fell out with the Pope in Rome, and they have not had a sovereign government. They have a royal government, royal courts of justice and a crown force. And this has all been hidden from the people of Britain and of Europe and of the world. They do not have a sovereign government. They have a royal government, royal courts of justice and a crown force. And General de Gaulle would not allow them into Europe. They got in under our sovereign seal, and you can see it, 9 strings, and all the different ones are up there. And that's what's so important.